Non-League Day 2017 brings together Dulwich Hamlet and Needham Market in Bostik League Premier Division action. Dulwich come into the game in a rich vein of form, with 3 successive wins to their name, propelling them into the playoff positions. After a week without a game, they make 2 alterations from the Worthing win, with returns for Boakye-Yiadom and Sanchez Ming at the expense of Ibrahim Cargbo and Ricky Hales. The Marketmen arrive in SE22 with just 1 win in the last 6 in the league, which has left them in 17th at the start of the day. After they lost 1-0 to Thurrock on Tuesday evening, Richard Wilkins makes 4 changes, including debuts for new signings Michael Hastings and Adam Mills. Dulwich won the corresponding fixture last season. Can they do so again and continue this excellent period of results in front of a bumper crowd? On the far side here is Luke Ingram. We made 4 changes today, the Marketmen, from that defeat at Thurrock midweek, as Ingram sends in the cross towards Mills, who gets his first shot on goal. Easy one for Edwards. Richard Wilkins likes to play football. The sides of the pass include Leiston. Did a very good job with them for becoming manager here in the summer. Stepping up from number 2 when Mark Morsley stepped down as boss. Gareth Heath with the delivery and header over the top. It's 2 headers already for the visitors. Again, it's Adam Mills who got up. Actually, Crew on corner duties to start the day. Floated in towards Weatherstone. Chambers should get to the loose ball here. Support is from Nathan Ferguson. Can he send in the second cross? Yes, he can. So over Taylor, sorry. Weatherstone was trying to get there. Carew. Taylor. Carew will keep this alive. Low centre. Dealt with by Kieran Morphew. As a dangerous ball in by Carew. All 3 centre-backs forward for it. Again, it's just lofted in by Carew. Morphew got the touch. Chambers back a cross goal. Over the top from him in the end. Needed to knock it down, really, Michael Chambers. Side for Heath, sitting deep. Clunis has nicked it off White, and Dulwich will drive forward with pace, as they so often do at Champion Hill. Taking on Morphew here. Clunis can't find a shot on goal for now. As Carew lurk edge of the box, he goes for goal at the end. Shifted back onto his right foot. Would have been a tight angle to work with to beat Gay at his near post. It's into the side netting in the end. Probably say Dan Morphew did enough. Ferguson. Away from Hastings he goes with his touch. Look at Ming in space on the right. Ferguson may strike it himself. He does. Gay palms away. Ingram hasn't quite prevented the corner. Beanie for Carew. Well over halfway in this first half now. Clunis trying to wait it for the ball to come to him. 2 defenders did enough. Boakye-Yiadom with a good tackle. Clunis away from Kieran Morphew. Boakye-Yiadom wants it through the middle. Clunis gone for goal himself. If he'd waited another moment, would have maybe seen the run of Ming as well. His confidence is high with his recent good goal scoring form, but maybe had better options there, Clunis. Boakye-Yiadom. Support still from Ming. Find a pass through to Taylor or Boakye-Yiadom. And it goes on the outside. Lofts in the cross. Abrahams is there. So is Clunis. White heads that away as far as Taylor. Charge down, corner kick. I'm not sure Joe White needed to make that clearance. Came as far as Quade Taylor. Excellent technique with the shot. Charge down. Just the 1 Dulwich goal for Taylor. Good connection on that shot. Here comes corner number 4 from Carew. And towards Taylor. Chambers will retrieve. Ferguson. Chambers again. Lovely bit of footwork in towards Weatherstone. Glances wide. Just seemed to be stretching slightly, Marc Weatherstone. Just the 1 goal so far this season. He's had chances in games. As I say, that was a bit difficult. It was at full stretch. Ingram. Diagonal ball for Adam Mills was on for a moment. It's coming forward, Ingram. There's Simmons. He has space. You pick a pass now. Maybe find room for a shot. It's the latter. In the end, can't keep his final products down. Allowed to come on in the end, Jack Simmons. Clunis coming deep. Now it's Tanasha Abrahams. Clunis again. Able to turn, saw Ferguson to his right, and he's got Ming in space on his right. Ferguson ignores him. It's gone for goal. Brilliant. First Dulwich goal for Nathan Ferguson. just past the half-hour mark, and it's Dulwich who lead. They've been on top for the last 5 or 10 minutes. And Nathan Ferguson opens his Dulwich account. Thought maybe played the wrong option when he didn't use Sanchez Ming onto his left foot. Buries into the bottom corner. Danny Gay full stretch, couldn't keep that one out. It's the home side who strike first. Sent long towards Adam Mills. Trying to allow the ball to come across him. And still finds his cross. It's pretty deep. Gibbs should retrieve. Pulls it back towards the danger zone. Weatherstone with a high boot. That's surely a foul, was it? That was a really high boot there. This could spell trouble for Marc Weatherstone. That was a really high boot, that, unfortunately, for Dulwich number 5. It's a yellow card for Weatherstone. After all, that's a penalty. Adam Mills then on his second debut for the club. He's started pretty... He started the game pretty well. Up he steps against Edwards. Edwards saves! And Dan Morphew's still got the ball alive. Wasn't a great penalty in truth by Mills. He chips it on. Mills again. Shot takes a deflection off Beanie. It will be a corner. Edwards with a pretty easy save. You'd say it was a good height for him. It wasn't in the corner. First one Dulwich have saved this season. Long throw coming up. Mikhail Hastings. Launching into the area. It's Chambers who glances on, and Taylor had to help further away from harm. Has gone for a corner. Heath again. Needham's 4th corner of the game. A bit deeper this time, and over the top it goes. It's Hastings from midfield who timed his run. Ferguson twisting and turning, waiting for the ball to come his way. Back with Ming. Now Taylor. And drive inside Quade Taylor. Still Taylor. Boakye-Yiadom is in 1-on-1. Saved by Gay. Boakye-Yiadom again, and another save by the goalkeeper. Wide with Ming. Sends in a cross towards Taylor, who's still forward. Chambers. Looking for Clunis, trying to knock that around the corner. Was Clunis. Carew in the on the halfway line for Ferguson. Releases Boakye-Yiadom 1-on-1. 2-0. His wait for a goal is over. It's been a month or so. Nana Boakye-Yiadom gives Dulwich a second just before the break. Ferguson, who made the first, slips a delightful pass through. Goal number 4 for the club. And the home side doubling their advantage at a crucial moment in this first half. Needham so easily could have been level at 1-1. They find themselves 2-0 down. Carew has a pocket of space to work with. Boakye-Yiadom calling for it. Well intervened Kieran Morphew. Another great looking ball, this time by Carew. It was Ferguson for Boakye-Yiadom's goal in the first half, and here is Nathan Ferguson for Boakye-Yiadom. Draws the goalkeeper. It's poked wide of the far post, was it? No, it was wide of the mark. Thought Feder may have got a touch, but it's the wrong side of the post in the end from Boakye-Yiadom. We're in a good start to the second half for the home side. As the floodlights are turned on here. Chambers, little flip around the corner for Beanie. Chambers will continue to come forward. To his right this time is Ferguson. Already seen one goal from his left foot. Evades Chambers this time, uses Clunis. Clunis towards the near post. A lot of power in the shot. Not the accuracy though from Clunis, just trying to beat Gay inside his near post. Another chance similar to that in the first half. Going to Mind in the Coppleston Centre. 2 very worthy charities being supported today as Clunis looks to get through. And wins it off Carragher. That's a dangerous place to lose possession for Needham Market. Carragher goes to the ground. Clunis keeps it away from him. Teeing up Beanie. He goes down. Referee is going to book Beanie for diving. The referee said he went looking for that. Oh, from here, looked like it was contact. Beanie to Tanasha Abrahams. Ferguson slipped, as did Carragher. His passes playing in Griffiths, who's in turn trying to release Gibbs. Edwards as well. Gibbs is struggling here, took a whack. I think there was a bit of contact between him and Edwards. Gibbs is going to need some attention here. Edwards did his job. Took the ball and also cleaned up the man in his follow through. Not moving too well for the time being. He's going to have to come off, the signals being made. And darts on again, Michael Chambers, as he has done quite often in the second half. Tanasha Abrahams. Nathan Ferguson. Up against Gareth Heath, couple of step overs from Ferguson. Shifting gears with his speed. Tries to curl a shot towards the far corner, gets it wrong. And that's in the car park from Nathan Ferguson in the end. So patient in their football, Dulwich. They don't need to overexert themselves at the moment. Look to kill this game off. Chambers, he's allowed to come forward again. Michael Chambers, still Chambers. Shifts it on for Ming in the end. The shot is straight at Daddy Gay, but Michael Chambers given the freedom of Champion Hill to come forward there. Chambers for Boakye-Yiadom round the corner. Here goes Tanasha Abrahams. How many passes in this move? In comes across towards Clunis, just beyond him. White did enough to maybe put him off. Chambers. Abrahams is on the charge here. He is quick and won't go out of play. Does reach it. Back with On of Wigan. Boakye-Yiadom. Drop of the shoulder. Not the shot that he wanted there. It's almost ended up in the chip van from Nana Boakye-Yiadom, and it's into the estate across the road in the end. Not his finest moment of today. Ingram popped up from the left side of the area. That's a nice little touch. Goes for goal, and Edwards has to react with a save. First serious thing he's had to do in this half. Had a couple of routine crosses to collect and a couple of comfortable saves. That one, though, at full stretch. Tips behind for the corner. I have a few seconds to play with. Not for now, though. Heath will deliver. Deep one. Edwards thought about coming. Ingram put him under pressure and volleyed goalwards. Off target in the end from Kieran Turner. Beanie's caught late by Simmons there. Referee blows for full time. Dulwich with a comfortable 3 points at Champion Hill today. It extends their unbeaten run the league to 4 games. That's 4 wins in a row with 4 clean sheets. Both goals came in the first half. The opening goal in the 31st minute, Nathan Ferguson receiving the ball just outside the penalty area, cutting onto his left foot and sent a shot into the bottom corner past Danny Gay. The big moment of the first half then came a couple of minutes later. Marc Weatherstone penalised for a high boot in the penalty area. A weak penalty from Adam Mills, comfortable height for Edwards. Saw the goalkeeper save it, and Dulwich would make Needham Market pay before the break, with Nana Boakye-Yiadom scoring his first goal in a month to give him a 2-0 lead at the break. In the second half, neither side really got going. It was going through the gears as far as Dulwich were concerned. Never really threatened scoring a third. Needham Market a couple of late chances to give the scoreline a bit more respectability, make it sound a bit more close than it was. In truth, it's an easy 3 points for Dulwich. Final score at Champion Hill, Dulwich Hamlet 2, Needham Market 0. Gav, is it fair to say you won that without really getting our second or third gear today?
Without being disrespectful to Needham, I thought we did have a few more gears to go into, and at times because of that we made a few errors and went into unrealistic football at times. But I thought we'd done well in the whole. As a whole, we've got a lot of injuries, and the 11 I put out was still a strong 11. I thought we played really well at times today.
We knew it was going to be a struggle. Coming to Dulwich anyways, you know you're going to have a tough fixture. They're a very good team, move the ball around really well. You know, obviously when you're 1-0 down and you miss a penalty, it can transform the game slightly, but I'm very proud of my players. We were struggling for 11 players, and I got my striker playing at right back today for the first half. So, taking everything into consideration, I'm really proud of the lads' attitude and commitment.
Nice to go in with that dominance at the break, that 2-goal cushion, which really set you up for that second half, sort of easing away for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, definitely. We wasn't sure whether they'll come out and try and get back in the game, and we'd set up, if they did, to maybe counter, but they didn't really. They were pretty much the same, and we just basically just thought about passing the ball and opening up the gaps, and then trying to score from there. But we didn't want to chase it and go gung-ho and show any disrespect to them, because we still knew they could be a threat.
Until that second goal went in, it seemed that you really were going for it, and then heads maybe dropped a little bit after that second.
It's a killer when a team scores just before half-time. I think if we'd have come in at half-time 1-0, you've got everything to go to. 2-0 away at Dulwich can go either way. The next goal was vitally important. No one scored it in the end, but if we scored, then it's 2-1. Then all of a sudden, nerds can creep in. Big crowd today, great fans. Superb attitude from all of them, laughing and joking and everything. But maybe they might have been put on the back foot a little bit if we'd have scored and gone 2-1. The goal didn't come for either team, but I think it was an entertaining game.
4 wins in a row, 4 clean sheets. Can't ask for more from a defender. Need a little run. Not looking at the table today, but it looks like we might have creeped up a little bit with it in terms of points-wise, making a little gap between playoffs and I think 6th or 7th place. So it's what you need to do.
You're missing Ricky in defence today, but another clean sheet. Nice to have, as a manager, the different combinations working and shutting out opposition.
I've got 5 really good centre-halves at the club, and obviously 3 to pick out of 5. Atch is coming back now, so we've got a good competition, but we know if we're organised and everyone plays to the instructions, individually they're good players, and it will make life easier for them. It'll make life easier for me and the team. Obviously
our squad is pretty stretched at the moment, so maybe even better 3 points than it would have been had we had a full-strength squad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have got a lot of injuries as we know, but the boys that come in are just as good. The calibre of the whole squad is very high. Quade last game played right wing back. Today he plays right centre back and does an unbelievable job. I think we've got a very, very good squad. A few youngsters coming through as well who come on the last few minutes. They can handle themselves as well. So we've got a very, very good squad. But as long as we don't get injured from now, because we are, as you know, depleted, can't go any further back,
Happy with our performance. We controlled the game from start to finish, other than the penalty, but it's a good game.
Is it fair to say that you probably didn't have to overexert yourself as well? You didn't really get out of 2nd or 3rd gear today?
No, in the first half it was really open for us. I think we could have went about another two goals clear. We could have been 4-0 up at half-time, but second half they come out just to defend. I don't feel like they tried to get anything out of the game.
Nice for you to finally get off the mark. A long time in coming, that goal, wasn't it?
Oh, it's very nice. I've been waiting for this goal for a while. Finally hit the target, keeper going to get down to it, so I'm happy to get a goal today.
2 goals for players that needed goals today. Ferguson, I think it's his 12th game for the club, hadn't scored before today. Good for him to get off the mark, and then Nana, without a goal for a month. Nice to see him get on the score sheet.
Yeah, definitely. Ferguson's got goals in him. He's got a lot of goals in him. It's just maybe a little bit of a mental approach, and we've been speaking about that. And he's taken that on board, and he had a few shots today. I think he's taken one with his left foot really well, to be fair. And then he's made a good assist as well. It shouldn't go unnoticed for Nana. Very good run from Nana, and a smart finish as well. So the pair of them, they've been patient. They've been good players for the squad. And today they acquitted themselves very well.
Did you think you lacked a bit of belief in that second half and didn't really create too many out-and-out chances until the very end?
Yeah, I think it's difficult. As you say, we had a centre-half playing today that shouldn't have played. He's got a groin injury. I've got my midfield player playing at left back. I've got my centre-forward playing at right back. I've got a new signing from Australia who played centre midfield. We knew that he'd only do half a game. I had the number 11, Adam Mills, who signed yesterday. So it's very difficult to put all them jigsaw puzzles together to get the right sort of balance in the team.
Were you a bit lucky to maybe be still on the field for that penalty?
100%. Listen, I mean, the rules, as we know it now, I should have gone. I'm not one to hide from the truth. My foot was high. I covered a lot of ground to get there. I've won the ball, but I think the rules now state if my foot is high, it should have been red card. and I just pleaded my innocence as much as I could do, and thankfully the referee was on my side and he got a yellow card.
Do you feel a bit hard done by? Maybe could have got a red card because it was quite a high boot from Weatherstone.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes the way you go when your luck's not down. I think that that's, for me, that's 3 games in a row where the opposition should have been down to 10 men. I've seen some very, very high challenges against my players this season, and they've only got yellow cards. Yet, today I haven't seen it. If you've seen the video, it looked very high and reckless. The referee said he didn't think that the lad meant it, but I don't know whether. I suppose it all depends what side of the fence you're on. We felt that it should have been a red card.
And whilst you're saying maybe performances aren't quite at the 100% level yet, it's nice to be on this run and just moving yourself up the table and away from the chasing pack a little bit.
It's nice to get consistency. We always take a little bit of time sometimes to get that consistency week to week, but we're starting to get it. Some really good additions we've had. Tanisha Abrahams has come in and done fantastically well. Big Michael came on today and has had a few fleeting roles and done really well. So we've got a decent depth in our squad as well of good players. I thought today Kenny and Ashley controlled the middle of the park today really well, passed it well as a pair. It was really, really good to watch today.
Aside from that penalty miss and maybe the first 5 and last 5 minutes, it was quite a straightforward win today, wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, I'm not one to disrespect any team, but I felt it was easy work today. The boys worked hard, which stopped them from playing. They're no mugs. Needham Market, they can play, but we stopped them, and I felt we made our life very, very easy by working hard, doing things right. We could have had a couple more, but to be fair, 2-0, I'll take that.
It's as I say, it's a very hard place to come with a full strength team, let alone 6 sort of first team regulars out. So. And I'm very, very pleased with the youngsters that come off the bench. You got 2 17-year-olds and an 18-year-old, and a 17-year-old lad come on at half time, played 45 minutes, done really well in front of nearly 2,500 fans. So, you've got to look at it and step back on it. And we're more disappointed with the loss against Thurrock on Tuesday than we are the loss today. And
just finally, is it fair to say we're now starting to see the standards set by last season's squad towards those last 2 or 3 months of the season?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we kept a lot of players from last year. We knew the core was still there. We knew what we could do defensively and attacking. Gaffer believed in us this year to keep the same sort of squad. It's been, I'll say, overall it's been a fairly good start, to be fair, considering from last year where we started. But yeah, to answer your question, I would say yes, we've carried it on from the end of last year, and hopefully we can carry this going past Christmas and see where it leads us. We're looking to win the league, and we've put ourselves in a good position after 11 games.